Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We are going to make a snow globe acrylic tumbler using some of the sticky elements from GLAMOUR TRIBE vinyl. This is the Neon Flora 2. I really love all of these new sticky elements that Susanna has. And so I got a new bottle of the Adhesive Apothecary levitation solution, and like an idiot I threw the spout away to my last bottle, and for whatever reason thought that it actually come with the bottle, but it didn't. So we're gonna try to use this. This is the little glitter tool from KELLBELL Customs. I have a larger one to put my glitter in, but we're gonna see if this works because struggle. So you want to put just a little bit of solution in first. Let me pull over. Little solution in. And where is my glitter? We are using Paparazzi from Chase Ray Glitter. Switch these out. Well, that works great. Look at my pretty pokey tool that my friend Barbara made me. Dazzo Designs. Go get you one. Whoops. Let me pull y'all up. Yeah. Sorry. Keep hitting y'all. After we get that in, we're just going to kind of stir it around into that solution. Look how good that looks. That's awesome. Very nice. Snow globes are not my favorite. I like to do one every now and then because they're pretty popular. But this is not something that I keep all of the fancy tools around for, because I don't make a lot of them. think it's safe to say we probably have enough glitter in here. Just have that teeny tiny little bubble. That worked good. Okay. Now, we will be putting epoxy on this cup, but before I do that, that is for that. Before we add on our epoxy, I'm going to go ahead and add on our sticky elements. These elements are printed on white vinyl, so they have no clear portion to them, so we can put them directly on this surface. These are all pre-cut, pre-weeded. You just pull them right off and pop them onto your tumbler. There was a little spot on the bottom of this cup that I wanted to cover up. Where is it? There it is. When we epoxy this, I'm going to tape off the bottom right here so our epoxy doesn't go all the way to the edge. So I'm going to cut the florals right along that line. so it's flush with the bottom of the Snowglobe portion. Same thing with the top rim here. I'm going to tape it off right here at this little line so our epoxy doesn't go all the way to the top. I'm going to trim off this excess. Right in that groove. Here. Let's go with this one. If you're having a hard time pulling these off the sheet, just take some transfer tape and put it right over the area that you want to pull off, and that will help you lift them from the back. Using that groove as my guide. Just trim this top part off and we'll probably use it down at the bottom. I think I need a new blade. Work right here. Will it? Will it? I don't think so. These elements are very forgiving, obviously. I don't know how I cut that so straight. All right, now let's put something right here and we'll be good. This pretty little flower. I love that. That's so pretty. I'm going to tape off the top rim and the bottom rim, give this 2 coats of epoxy, and then we're going to add a decal on here. we'll probably do something a little fancy with the lid as well. For our lid, we're going to use Mayflowers from Chase Ray Creations. This is a rhinestone mix. So let's go first around this area here. Then we'll do the outer rim. Lord. I did use some 220 grit sandpaper. I got a little rust in this glue. It's been so long since I used this bottle of glue. Let's get that out. So I used the 220 grit sandpaper to rough up the lid just a little bit. Oh my Lord. I need more glue for those bigger ones. Sure they're away from that center right there, and then we can start on this outer rim as well. I want to do these first because I don't want my rhinestones to go over the edge here, and I don't want them to be in the way of my straw. I have to change glue bottles. This is the Crystal Ninja glue, by the way. flop. Okay. Just making sure all of these are pushed to the edge, but not over the edge. Alrighty, I'm gonna give this about an hour to dry, that way it doesn't move. And then we'll be back with a little more patience and steady hand to fill in the center. I have layered up a decal for this tumbler. Now this is 3 different vinyls. Our top is a portion of this beautiful watercolor rainbow shimmer vinyl from TECKWRAP. I just picked like a section that is going to match the lighter color rhinestones that we're using. And then we used turquoise to match the background and the flowers. And then the first layer is white opal. I did 2 offsets from our main decal, or from our main image. Those offsets are 0.045 each. My image is from Creative Fabrica, and I will have that listed down below. And the decal is 3.5 inches wide. I'm gonna put our decal right here in the middle of these 2 big florals because I think, well, yeah, I'm gonna put it right here in the middle of these because I think it's gonna look the best right here with all of this color. And I don't know about you, but picking out decals is the most difficult part of this entire process. I can layer and layer and sand and rhinestone, but it takes me longest to find words. And my daughter is 8, and she come up to me with what she said was a cut on her finger. And I was sitting there trying to figure out what I was going to put on these cups because I have multiple going at one time right now. Now that looks good. And she showed me basically nothing on her finger and told me that she had a cut. And I said, well, bless your heart, very sarcastically. And then I thought, oh, I better put that on a cup. So that's where this come from. But all this needs is 2 more coats of epoxy and the cup itself will be done. We just got to finish rhinestoning that lid. Sorry y'all, I did the majority of this off camera. I wasn't feeling well whenever I did start this, so it was something just to kind of pass time and I needed to be sitting down. So I am going to finish off this last little bit for you. And I do have a small glue bottle. I think I used it whenever we started this, but I've misplaced it. So I'm just gonna use it straight from the bottle here and just get it spread out really nice. The precision tip on that little bottle is so much better to use. Just get some of that off. Now, I have tried to use as many of the larger stones as I could, but I did end up adding some SS6 clear rhinestones to this, just so it can help fill in some area. I don't like leaving gaps, as rhinestones take a lot of time and it costs a lot more for our customers. So I've always felt that if you're going to pay a premium price, because it takes so long to do these kind of things, and the rhinestones they can be pretty pricey depending on which ones you get. I just feel that it should be the best quality, so I don't want to leave any gaps, or as minimal as possible. Adding in the SS6 rhinestones really helped fill in some of those little spots that have been left in between these. A little bit too much glue in there. Put you here. And that is it. I'm gonna give this, you want to give this about 24 hours to dry. Let it completely dry and cure. And then I will take a little scrub brush and some Dawn dish soap and go over this so I can get these to shine really well. And our cup will be complete. I actually decided to add some rhinestones to the edge. I think it's going to look better and fill up that little bit of acrylic showing at the top. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. You do want to make sure that the edges are sanded, and I did very lightly go over them, just being careful not to scratch the rhinestones that we already have on. If I were to do this from the beginning and know that I have enough rhinestones, I would have sanded it along with the top, and then I would have done my edges first before I started on the top of the lid. But I am using my thumb as a guide here. So as I'm putting the rhinestones on, I have my thumb here at the bottom so I can make sure that I get these really straight. So we've done a few of those just to show you how I'm putting those rhinestones on. Alright guys, here it is. I think this is probably my favorite snow globe tumbler that I have ever made. I love this style. It's larger than the glass or acrylic double wall, like the 16 ounce. You can get plenty of drink. For me, it would be coffee in here. But the colors are just really beautiful. I love how the lid turned out. Yep. And I love these new sticky element sheets at Glamour Tribe. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. All materials I have used will be down there with some discount codes as well. That is all for today. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time.